get this party started, baby. Welcome. This is David Worrell Trading. We have a whole crew with us today. Let me know how the music sounds. We don't want to be bugged. We don't want to bother. But let me know how this feels in your ear. And give me a vote, too. You can only pick one to trade with. Technical analysis, financial analysis, X posts like Twitter posts, or volume. If you only got to pick one, let me know. How is the sound? What's up, Jimmy Bright? Erica K in the building. B. Stewie, Yosef, Dan Bob. What is going on, folks? I am pumped to be here. The show is going to start in about 2 minutes. What will we be going over? A little bit of everything. Let me turn the music down in my ear a little bit. Let me know how it sounds to you. I think it's the same as last time. A little faint, but just enough where you can hear it. Guys, we have so many earnings. So many earnings, guys. Holy guacamole. PLTR. PLTR Monday after the close. Absolutely. Woo! I think everybody, all eyes on PLTR, just like all eyes were on NVDA. It's like that meme where that, you know, the dude's looking and the girl's looking at the dude. All eyes are on PLTR. You know, say what you want about it. This thing has been rip, tater chipped, and earnings is finally here after the close on Monday. So if you aren't pumped about PLTR, you might get pumped after earnings, whether it seems to be a beautiful buy opportunity or this thing yeet skeetily doos up to the north side, beating everyone's expectations. We'll have to see, but I'm excited. I hope you are too. JFA, what's going on, brother? JFA, I believe that you are Carl Burr, aren't you? Or do we have a new member in town? It's good to see you, brother. And thank you for being a member. Huge shout out to JFA, Carl Burr, and of course, Norman Conklin. It's good to see you guys. Thank you so much for all your support and being a member. I'm pumped about this. Are you guys ready to start this show? It is 9 o'clock. I say, let's do this, baby. All right. Okay, that makes more sense. G is JFA. G, it's good to see you in here, brother. I know we always got a few different names. We got names on Facebook, Discord. We got names on YouTube. It's hard to keep you all in one area, but we're gonna just get right into it, folks. If you're watching this at a later time, welcome. We are a beautiful community. We love and support one another in our strategic responses to life and earnings and trading and everything. We always take that next step into the right position, but formally, we are swing traders that position ourselves in momentum trades. We play with risk reward in mind at all times. So if you are with us, if you are a Can Slim, William O'Neill, orange book type investor, at least that's what we base most of our trades on as Kulamagi. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Guys, let's get right into it. PLTR Monday after the close. We also have HIMS. If you guys haven't seen HIMS, we've been looking at HIMS for quite some time. PLTR for quite some time. These are leaders in the overall market. That is happening Monday after the close. And if you didn't know already, these can actually shift and change the overall market's sentiment. So this is a big week in the market. We also have Ford, not as volatile, but we have Celsius as well. We have Race, Datadog. That's going to be a big one. I haven't checked out. We're going to have to check out their stock today. Datadog is going to be coming out. ADM, let's see, Lucid, Tempest, Rivian. Oh, goodness, Rivian. Mum's the word. We don't say that around our Jolene, do we? AMD and SMCI after the close on Tuesday. That's going to be an absolute doozy. I promise you that. AMD and SMCI have been very volatile lately. And then, of course, Wednesday, we have our lovely Uber. Our lovely Uber. And then, of course, we have Walt Disney, AppLovin after the close on Wednesday, and ARM as well. So we're starting to see a lot of those chips, those semiconductors, starting to come up Dutch Bros, DoorDash, Exxon. I mean, guys, we are seeing a lot is going on the line. Peloton, Shopify, this is Thursday before the close. Warner Brothers on Thursday, ACM, Crocs, Thursday before the open. Thursday after the open, we're looking at things like Coinbase, Cloud, Net, SoundHound. I know that's a popular one out there. DraftKings, Affirm, Wolfspeed. And Friday before the open to close us out, nothing too crazy. GoGo, Ascent Group, Telos. I almost pressed the wrong thing. Anyway, guys, that is our earnings. It is a huge week, like B. Stewie said. And thank you guys so much. Torqued Up is in the building. Now we know it's a party. I hope you brought the coffee, baby, because we have some things that we need to talk about. Now, with Earning Whisper out of the way, there's a few other things that I want to go over. And I think this really summed it up really nice for me. And I just want to read. This is Mario Stamos. I don't know how to say his last name that well, but he wrote a nice little post out, and I really want to go over this with you before we get started today. I think it really sums up how you need to go forward with this market. And then we'll look at the S&P 500 to get a better idea of how things are going on, okay? So, Marios, however you say it, Mario. This gentleman was featured in Trader Lines by Richard Moglen. He really lines up with how I like to trade, or at least look at stocks and the social sentiments. Things are starting to look a bit better, so I think it's a good time to start posting more frequently again. Here's some things to keep in mind as I begin rotating from cash back into positions. It helps avoid unnecessary pain and shifts the mindset from defense to offense. The flow of money in our account has two main states. Equity equals principal plus growth. Principal equals the money you truly own, and growth is the unrealized money riding in the market. The only real risk in the principal state is open risk. Positions where the stop hasn't been moved to break even yet. A key part of growth state is what I call a threshold gain, or money that is unrealized but has predetermined future realization points. Example, trades approaching the 10 and 20 day moving average. The thing you must keep in mind is monitoring the ratio of open risk to the threshold gain so it doesn't skew. As long as there is a balance between the two, you get a smoother transition into increased exposure and strategic allocation. So I feel like this is where I'm at right now in my journey. Is this strategic allocation, right? Not over risking or over leveraging yourself, especially when we are still below a 200-day moving average. So, as he says, the real danger is when that balance tilts too far towards open risk. If open risk, threshold gain by a lot, and the market turns, it hurts really fast as that loss gets realized into principal capital. This is something that happens in periods like the one we're experiencing right now. Things start looking better, but we need more confirmation. People often scale up exposure too quickly, creating a huge imbalance between open risk and their threshold gain, going from 20% exposure to 100% plus in a matter of 1 to 2 days, only for a quick reversal to wipe everything out. Even if things look great, fast accumulation can break that balance between open risk and threshold gains. You've got time for some open risk to transition into threshold gains before deploying more. Even if that minimizes some of the profitability, it ensures defense. The end goal is the same time, protect principal. Everything else comes after. Offense should always be justified by great defense. Now, when I say things like this, it's because it speaks to me. I'm excited. When we look at this overall market, which we're going to take a little peeky gander here in just a second, it's easy to want to get capital in, and you see people making more money than you, or you're still, waiting for the right time to get in. And you might have those, oh, I need to play, oh, I need to do this. Well, you don't need to go full bore. If you want to get in and you feel like you need to get in. But make sure your exposure is small. Especially when we're extended from a 10-day moving average like we are, getting in and getting in small and finding right areas to get in is the only way to do it. Because if you always wait for that 10-day moving average, that pullback, you might not catch the run. At the same time, if you do wait for that pullback, you need to see it across the board. Be patient. We're still below a 200-day moving average. All right? With that being said, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, we have a lot going on in the overall market. Me personally, when I see the overall S&P 500, well, it makes me think we really need to take a bit of a deeper dive. Let's take a little peeky gander into the ETF and SPY review.
This is your ETF and S&P 500 review.
All right, guys. This is your S&P 500. We're going to go over the S&P 500 and the futures. I do want to just point out right off the get, the futures it opened up. So the market tomorrow morning, when we opened up our pretty little accounts tomorrow, we're going to see a pullback unless it starts to clean up. So we're going to hope that the NASDAQ starts to bounce. But right now, we have a slight pullback. It's not very unexpected when we are extended from the 10-day moving average. Now, the 10-day is above the 21-day, and they are starting to rise higher, but we have hit our head on this 200-day moving average once before, and it's not surprising that we are doing it again. What I am happy about, because you'll always know I try to stay positive about the overall market, we bumped our heads on the 200 and we pulled back. We didn't just tank. We didn't just gap way down here. Nothing crazy has happened. We're pulling back, and it's justified. It's healthy to have this pullback, and even to continue to pull back. As you guys can see, last week I drew out what I expected to happen in the overall market, and you can see here what I expect doesn't give any alternative to the market. The market's going to do whatever the hell it wants, and look at this thing. It just continued to push. And that's why we have to be very limber in nature with our ideas, because I didn't try to fight this short. I had a short played. I stopped. I actually still made a little bit of money on it because I paid myself into the play. But once I was stopped, it got me excited. We started looking for longs because the market is strong. So you never fight that market. I know this was pretty scary day, but what a beautiful bounce off that 21-day moving average. Now, up here at that 200-day moving average, it's looking really, really good. Jolene, what's going on? Good to see you in here. G said, unfortunately, I've spotted several head and shoulders. Stay cautious out there. Yes, I do agree. I've also seen a lot of basing areas, a lot of trending areas for breakouts as well. So there is some conflicting news, but gold is also setting up. But we're going to dive deep into all of that. Definitely want to check out all of those. Another thing that pulled back this morning, I'm sorry, not this morning, but as futures opened, is Bitcoin. As Bitcoin has stayed well above this 10-day moving average and has rode it for quite some time now. Since the 12th of last month, it started rising and following this 10-day moving average. It is squatted down now back on that 10-day moving average. So will it hold and continue to ride higher? That would be nice. Again, I also thought Bitcoin was going to run right into this area of resistance and then start to fail. As you see here last week, I pointed this out to you. I thought it was going to pull back, maybe catch a bid on the 50-day moving average and start to get tight before breaking out. Instead, the market was strong. Bitcoin was strong. It headed much higher. It broke through this area of resistance, and now I'm hoping it acts as support because I'm holding MSTU, which is a 2x leverage of MSTR. We all know what MSTR, Michael Saylor in the building. He wants to make money and he has over leveraged his company and continues to buy Bitcoin. And you guys can see we are detached with MSTR. We are detached from the earnings. We are only focused on Bitcoin. If you're playing MSTR in any way, it's just a Bitcoin play. Just like if you're playing, the miners for gold, it's a gold play, okay? I see B. Stewie has posted the link tree in the chat. If you guys haven't already, take a look at my link tree. It's not as cool or as sexy as B. Stewie's or Daniel Boberson's, but you can find my YouTube right here. Our Discord, absolutely free. Our Trading View, click it, stick it, see you later, bye. You buy the Essential plan, it's cheap. It's like 15 bucks a month. You get the first month on me, and I get a little kickback from it. That's one way to say thank you. Also, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. Of course, I also will be your host for a private session, if you will. We do 1 hour private sessions. Reach me at David Worrell, the number 8 at gmail.com. Thank you so much for those of you who have reached out, who have taken the mentorship program. I think I enjoy it sometimes more than you, but thank you everyone for all of your support, especially our members out there like Norman Conklin, Guy, and Carl. You guys are awesome, and you keep me excited to continue to bring out this content on Wednesdays and Sundays. Next up is IWM. As you guys can see, IWM started to create this base and starting to rip tater chip. We have a lot to work to do in the small cap stocks, so we'll see what happens there. But you guys don't care about the ETS not nearly as much as you care about our watch list. But we have a few more things to go over before I hit my watch list, because we do have a big watch list. I hope you guys are excited. Dan Bob says, Vampire Dave live from the crypt. I need some fangs, though. I need some fangs. I'll put them in for you, Dan Bob, but I'm not going to suck your blood. All right, so this here is your stock heat map. What I want to show you before I get myself too far is the old Papa Powell hit it interest rates with Jerome Powell.
Oh, yeah.
Good old Papa Powell. We're just going to zoom right in to December. I just want to let you guys know that we still are expecting those 3 rate cuts. 25 points, 1 in July, 1 somewhere in September, October, and the 3rd one somewhere around December. Within this course of the 2025 year, old Papa Powell is still on that 3 rate cut, that 3.25 rate cut. So we are looking at being somewhere around 3.5, 3.75 in our interest rates by the end of the year. So that all has stayed the same. That is good news. That is glorious. So make sure that you just keep that in the back of your head. We are still cutting. We are still bringing down. I am pretty bright, aren't I? We are still coming down. We're still bringing it down. Come on, bring it down now. Bring those interest rates down now. It's slow. It's gradual. Old Trump is trying to bully old Papa Powell, but it has tried before. The Fed is independent. They are going to do what they think is necessary, and that's their 2 mandates. That is jobs, and that is jobs and prices. Inflation. Thank you. Next up is the AAII sentiment. This is one thing that we started looking at after Yosef brought it up. This is one thing I find it pretty interesting. I don't take trades off of it, but it's fun. The AAI Investor Sentiment Survey offers an insight into the opinions and individual investors by asking them their thoughts on where the market is heading in the next 6 months, and has been doing so since 1987. This market sentiment data is compiled and depicted below for individual use. So it's just like people like you and I, they want to know, do you think the market's doing good or is it doing bad? And then they end up bringing all these votes together, and you can see since the end of the last month, 4/30/2025, we are still close to that 60% bearish side. So we are still very, very bearish in this area. And I personally like it when we are starting to pop up and we are heading up and we are ramping up and we still have people that are fighting the rally and they're mad. I want it to go down. My shorts are killing me. Well, throw them shorts away because we are yeet skeetily doing today, but we'll see what has to happen. All I see is we still have bearish sentiment. To me, that's great because you can't fuel this fire if we're all on the same side. So I'm still going to be positive. Obviously, I always am. Now, one very, very special thing that we love to do here before I give you guys that watch list is my boy Beef Stewie. Let's do it.
I see you over there. You got problems? We've got the beef.
On the show and off the air, Beef Stewie has got what you need, the beefiest of stews right in front of you. Open up your delectable taste buds because my friend is going to fill your delicious taste buds with some amazing charting. Absolutely awesome, and it's good to do a little charting with you before the show. So it was awesome to do that beforehand, and also, actually, Beef Stew and we're gonna go out to breakfast. We're gonna have ourselves a tasty little breakfast on Saturday, and we're gonna see each other's setups, and we're gonna kind of do all that thing. So it's gonna be kind of a one-on-one, in person. We're gonna do this. We're gonna arm wrestle, and we'll definitely get that video for Sunday's viewership next week, okay? It'll be a good time. Beef Stewie, take a look at this. Oh, what is this? Thank you for posting that, guys. Appreciate you. Here's Affirm. If you guys remember Affirm, this is the buy now, pay later. This is this has had its runs. As you can see now, the Golden Cross. Some people like the Golden Cross. I don't really care for it. It's just one of those things that helps you identify. But he is showing that we had the Death Cross, and now we have the Golden Cross. So if you look at that type of technical analysis, this could be a sign that you are getting divergencies from your moving averages. And if they start to cross over and line up once again, we might go to the north side. So we'll see if Affirm wants to do that. I do like this. I am surprised, Beef Stewie, that you didn't put an anchored VWAP off the top of this. I'm actually gonna go do that right now because I'm curious if AFRM at the top of this peak on an anchored VWAP, where is that going to set us? And you can see it's actually just below where this is. And it looks like Affirm's EPS and sales growth is doing A-okay. So the beefiest of stews has brought us not only a good chart, but it's got good earnings and EPS growth. So that's a good sign. Is Affirm going to take off here right after breaking out of its Golden Cross and now breaking above its highest area of anchored VWAP? So I like to see that. You like to see this earnings growth. This is definitely one that I want to keep my eye on, and I'm just going to go ahead and go right on over here, and I'm going to add this puppy to our leaders list. So Affirm, you have made it to the leaders list. Welcome to the leaders list, Affirm. This is definitely one we want to keep an eye on. So thank you for that, Beef Stewie. You guys should definitely check out Beef Stewie if you haven't already. Check it out. It's in the comment section. Just click it, stick it, see you later, bye. And while you're there, make sure you vote. We already got 12 votes. You can only pick one to trade with. Technical analysis, financial analysis, Twitter posts, or volume. 83% say technical analysis currently. Could you imagine trading technical analysis without volume? I pretty much have. The only thing I'm looking for in volume is that VPC, and right before I enter, bigger volume than previous days. So I'm not analyzing nearly as much as I used to, and it just really helps cut back on that noise. Quite a few, Beef Stewie, on this Affirm. Quite a few. He's starting to see something. He's starting to see some things, baby. He's starting to see some things, baby. All right. Listen, enough messing around. I think it is time. I think that we need to go over the real leader watch list, okay? I got a lot, actually. And I kind of want to run through these guys. And then if you don't see what I have, you can see right here, this is my list. This is one list. I have another list. We're going to go over my new ones first. And if you guys don't see your stock on here, or if you want a stock for me to talk about, then just throw it in the chat. We'll definitely hit every single ticker before I leave here. I promise you that. So we'll make sure that everything gets hit. Okay. So let's go over the big ones. We got to go over PLTR. Yes, earnings are coming out. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When it comes to PLTR, one thing that we need to keep in mind, it doesn't matter what I say here. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I do. Everything's going to change after earnings. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. Who freaking cares? We wait. Unless you're still in this thing like I know a lot of you are, congratulations on playing this. Beautiful trend break here that you could have played off of. I never played it, didn't really get into it. Not really my style in this area, but wow, what a doozy. Anchored VWAP off of this previous anchored earnings, and you can see it popped up through it, formed a trend break right on top of it, and then just took off. EPS sales growth has been doing well, so I'm sure we are expected to see it beating that previous expectancy. But you never know what's going to happen. If it doesn't overly beat or overstretch in any way, you're going to see PLTR crumble and then maybe be bought back up. I don't know, but we're going to see PLTR is definitely a leader in this market, and leaders are leading. Look at that. TTWO, this was a trade idea that I played here, guys. We had some news. What was the news? Well, they're pushing back Grand Theft Auto 6. Of course they are. They always push it back. They constantly push it back. They started pushing it back before they even released Grand Theft Auto 5. Listen, this is bad news, but it doesn't change the fact that they're coming out with this video game. So I took a trade after market open and I played it till market, and we made an easy 2% on this trade. But look, guys, it's still a leader, okay? It's still a leader. It's still above its 21-day moving average. It's still relatively strong in this market. I mean, it's definitely one to keep an eye on. So keep that on your watch list. Spotify, right here at its new all-time highs. You know, the best situation for this would be a cup and handle. You got a big cup. Where's the handle here before we eat? Okay? So if we can, sit back, relax, wait for spot to set up. I think it's coming very, very soon. CrowdStrike, this thing had a beautiful basing breakout. You can see the cup. Where's the handle? Little extended here from that 10-day moving average. Maybe not a little. This is kind of a lot, you know? So just be careful with that. You don't want to play with extended stocks. Wait for the right time, wait for the setup. After expansion, we wait for contraction. We want to wait for this thing to contract. You can see here a nice cup. You know, best case scenario, it does one of these and gets a nice handle before taking off. I mean, that's best case scenario. CrowdStrike. And you guys all know I want to be a part of this software that's going to protect us in the future. I see LAES, will definitely go over that. Uber. So this was my best case scenario for Uber on this, guys. If you remember this from last week, we talked about Uber. This best case scenario, it does not care. Uber does not give a crap what I draw. This thing just ripped to the north side. Remember, earnings is coming out very, very soon. So that's on the 7th. So just a few days into our market's week. But looking good. This is the consolidation. See how long this is consolidated for? It's consolidated for over a year. That's great. That's a big base. If Uber wants to take off, it's going to take off very, very soon. WGF, I'm taking this off my leader list. Why? Well, look what happened after earnings. That's why we wait till after earnings. Hit new all-time highs. Earnings came out, and then it completely flattened out. Absolutely dog-housed right here. Sure, you might say, well, this is the best thing ever. This is the best place to buy. Well, that is for you. That is not for me. I buy things that are high, that are going to go higher. I don't buy things that are on sale or that are low. So goodbye, WGS. It was fun. Maybe we'll see you again. I know some of our previous leaders are starting to show back up. Now, I talked to Carl about this when we were chatting over the weekend, and you know, I really like Hood. I really like Hood. I'm a little biased because I was watching Marty Chargin's analysis on Hood, and you know, he really talks about this bigger picture of Hood, and like it's the new Charles Schwab for younger people, and it's got all this growth potential. And you know, people don't go to your original banks anymore, and they kind of go out and they just go online and they get Hood or Webull, or you know, really Hood and Webull are the only ones that really pop up in my head. So with that being said, if everybody's going out and doing it, well, that's a pretty good growth revenue coming in right there, right? So Hood very, very well. If the market continues to climb higher, I think Hood is in a great sector as well, because if we look at financials, guys, financials are kicking ass and taking names right now. So above all moving averages, there's only a few sectors out there that are doing that. So I would definitely put Hood on your watch list and definitely watch it at this $50 area. If we see big volume come in right at that $50 area and it pushes us up through that $50 area, that might be a beautiful area for risk reward for that day, for the week, maybe even for the month, depending on your time frame. For me, I'm a swing trader. I want to play that momentum, and I'll play it as long as it holds the 10 and 21-day moving averages. You can see over here, the last time we had momentum, it held the 21-day moving average and the 10-day moving average very beautifully. So if we get that big punch, that big push to the north side, I want to carry and ride that momentum. Trend line on the daily for what? Mama, what's up, Mama? Mama's here. She said, oops, I'm late. It's all good. I appreciate your support. Good to see ya. Yeah, I know you guys. I know some of you guys are in Hood already. And you know, that's, some people play that way. I know Carl likes to play off these 10-day moving average bounces. I know some of you guys played this down here. This was a beautiful base break, and as it came back up and showed support with some new higher lows, you could have got in for an early move, which may have gave you that support for in earnings to be able to hold through. Either way, however you play, I support you as long as you are using risk management and you have a process in place. This right here is a beautiful base, and you know, best case scenario for me, I'm going to pull a Covey and say, you know, if we can get a couple more tight days, you know, let it really, really sink in, let it get tight. Maybe the overall market pulls back. You know, as we can see, the futures kind of opened up low. Maybe the overall market pulls back. Hood gets tighter, doesn't pull back, it gets tighter, and really shows us that it's a true leader that does not want to give up these moving averages, and then we can get proper risk management. Let's go, baby. All right, let's see what else we got. I want to make sure already have a starter. That's right. Oh, so it's just the starter. Jolene is waiting for that 50-58 area. Absolutely. Yeah, I like that $50 area. It's a psychological area, but I understand that 50, 58. Everybody has their levels. Everybody has what they want to take. That looks like Friday's all-time high, or Friday's high for the day. So I like that. If it breaks that, we'll add into it. I like it. I want that 50 break on volume. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna take a big boy share size. But because we're still below a 200-day moving average, it's still gonna be no more than a half of R. Honestly, I'm only gonna take half R until we're at least above a 200-day moving average, and we see follow through day. I am sticking to the plan, baby. We're kicking ass. We're taking names. Through the P&L curve, I'm very, very happy with it. Obviously, I'm not trying to be that guy to share the actual profits, but I will show you my P&L curve for April. April's been very good to me, guys, very good to me. You want to see this gradual, slow curve. You can see right here on some weeks or days that I would just not do anything, and that's totally fine. Gradual curve, you know, some pullbacks, but just a gradual curve. That's what you want to see, guys. You don't want to see choppiness. You don't want to see big pulls up, big pull down. That, you know, you want to see a nice gradual equity curve. So this month of April was very good to me. I'm hoping May has the same momentum in the overall stock market, or at least I can play and I continue to see these setups. Next up is MSTR. Guys, it's very extended here. I am playing MSTR. I'm using MSTU. It's a 2x leverage. We played this trend break. It's absolutely beautiful with an RS rating of 98. We don't use the EPS or sales with this. It's purely a Bitcoin trade, okay? But it's looking good. Not much to talk about there. DoorDash, guys, you were with me. Double bottom, basing area. We played the base breakout. It stopped me out the next day. Rip, tater chip. Anybody that's still holding Dash, congratulations to you. I much rather see some of our squad holding this damn thing as it continues higher, because I got stopped out. It was a quick stop out. I could show you 1,000 trades where I got stopped out and it headed lower. This trade stopped me out, headed much higher. you're going to see it. It's part of trading. But wow, what a beautiful, beautiful play. This is the double bottom play, and it's working out beautifully. Bros, as you guys know, let's see. Torqued up and I looked at the same time. Not even in water cooler. Volume was great. Okay, very cool. Let's see. Bros. So Bros looks like it's setting up a lot like Hood. Hang on, let me make sure I said that right. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of this double bottom type scenario and a lot of these basing areas. If we look at Dash, just to so you guys can understand, we're getting a pullback, a double bottom, then a basing area before a breakout. Okay, we see it now on Hood. A double bottom, a basing area. Will it break out like Dash? I do not know. We will see very, very soon. MSTR, not so much the double bottom, but the same look, a pullback. Another pullback that holds. We can consider this a double or a triple bottom, whatever, but it forms a base and it breaks out. So we are seeing the same setup here, folks. A double bottom, a basing area, and a breakout. Okay, and do keep in mind, like G was saying, he's seeing a lot of head and shoulders. Those head and shoulders can be very bearish signs. So we're seeing some conflicting signs there. So just keep in mind, we are not out of the weeds yet, guys. We are not out of the weeds. We also have TDUP. It's extended. I'm not seeing a base or a trend, but it is a leader with an RS rating of 99, so keep it on your watch list. LTH, this is another one of those. Look at this. I have alerts all over this damn thing. If you guys don't have an alert, are you really even trading LTH? Lifetime Group, this is a leisurely or a consumer service, okay? RS rating of 98 with that same double bottom base break. Do I need to pitch this any further? Guys, put this on your damn watch list. Yeah, torqued up, Dash got him out too. Same with Spotify. Dude, you are trading, I mean, you and I were trading the same damn book. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's what's beautiful about this community. If you don't trade the same stocks, you're trading similar setups. You're trading one in a like another. If you follow Can Slim or How to Make Money in Stocks, if you follow Christian Quilamagi, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Join this community. You want to be a part of this. We are learning each and every day. And Torqued Up just joined us, I mean, pretty recently, but I'm telling you, man, you are really, really catching up to what we all do. We're catching up to what you do, and it's a beautiful thing because now we are finding trades that are very, very similar. He got stopped out just like I did in Dash. That's what happens, and you know what? That's what happens in some of the best stocks. Dash is kicking ass and taking names. The same type of trade right here with Lifetime Group. You can see we have amazing EPS, amazing sales growth. This and Hood are some of my number one watches for this week because LTH has that double bottom basing area. What's above it? Well, let's take a look. It's blue sky, baby. Blue skies with all these new higher lows trending higher in a shithole market. You better believe it. LTH is one of my number one watches. Multiple alerts on this, and if I see it and I see the volume come in, I will be a part of it. So make sure you are a part of it too. I'm taking Groupon off the leaderboard list, although Groupon could be a leader. I just don't like the fundamentals on that or the financials on that. TGTX still leading. Leaders are still leading. A nice pullback, riding that 10-day moving average. This could be a great buy area, but it's not the way I play. I need to see a trend. I need to see a base, and you can see them both right here. I'm not seeing it right now. All I'm seeing is this fireman. I forgot, who was that? Oh, you know who that was? That's he's not in here today. Yosef. Where the hell's Yosef? Yosef needs to get his ass in here. This is Yosef right here. This is where he bought. He's holding strong. He's ready to put the fire out. Here's HIMS, guys. Earnings. Bada bing, bada boom. It's coming out real soon. Monday, I believe it's after the close. Earnings, we're going to see. Does this capitulate it even higher? Does somebody know something that we don't? I mean, HIMS has had some huge news lately. Is it enough to continue to hold it higher? Guys, I have so many stocks to go over, so many things. Yosef is here. What's going on, Yosef? Yeah, brother, it's good to see you, man. I'm happy you are here. MRX. We called this trend breakout. It's yeeting to the north side. Of course it is. Guys, leaders lead. This is why we have these on our watch list. SRAD, a basing breakout, still doing its thing. ADMA, it is setting up very nicely with EPS and sales growth. If you don't know, now you know. Put ADMA on your watch list. I really think this can be another beautiful leader, but just keep in mind, biotech, health technology, biotechnology, it comes with risk. They can come out with news, studies, something tomorrow that just pulls this damn thing down. So be careful. We're keeping an eye on Hertz. I just like to see how these things move. You know, we had some news, big bout of volume. I wanted to see if it consolidated very nice and clean. It's not. I'm going to leave it on here for another week or two, and we'll see what happens, but I'll probably take it off soon. I just wanted to see what was going to happen. Maybe we got a turnaround, but no. Road had that basing breakout. B-Stewie had this charted out for us a couple weeks ago. Beautiful basing breakout. You can see a nice rounded area with 3 new higher lows here as it broke this area on volume. So keep an eye on that. SFM was the Dolly Parton setup. You can see old Dolly Parton here as it broke this basing area and is heading higher. We'll see if it wants to continue to head higher, and we'll continue to see if we are happy angels. LRN, we showed you the trending breakout area or basing breakout area. Just continued much higher after earnings. It took a couple of days for it to happen, but it's still striding higher. MVST, now guys, I talked to you about MVST. This is kind of one of those that is much, much smaller, right? So this is 666.68 million market cap. So it's a smaller market cap. And it can move much, much quicker. This had a big push up. We played this trending breakout. I took very, very little shares, especially the way the market was. I added into this since then. I actually added on the 10-day moving average and continued to use the same risk after we broke below the 21, but held the 21 in this area. I'm just going to hold on to the stock, and I'm going to close it before earnings. Earnings is coming out very soon. We'll see if we get above this area. That'll give me my 10% area that I can hold on to it. I would like to hold on to MVST through earnings, but I will only do so if I have that cushion. So we'll see what happens very soon. ORLA, I talked to B-Stewie about gold. Guys, GLD, gold. Yes, it is still strong. Yes, I did call this as a capitulatory volume setup. This is parabolic. I do think, if anything, we needed to pull back, but I called this as a top. Is this going to be the TOP? We do not know for sure. But what I can say is everything looks just like this. The trade that I'm still in, ORLA, this is a trending breakout setup. It's squatting on the 21-day moving average. So with that being said, yes, gold is still in play. Just because I think it's topped out doesn't mean that I need to sell out of my trade. No, I sold half up here, right up here at this topping area because I noticed it was capitulating. So I sold out half, and I'm holding the other half for a close of the 21-day moving average. My entry is all the way down here at 962. The stock still trades at 1031. I'm still up a very nice amount on the last half, but I'm not going to sell out in this last half. I'm going to follow my damn rules because that's what I do, baby. That's what I do. And this is just another gold miner looking the same. SKW broke out of its basing area. I showed you base case scenario. You can see it does not give a shit what I think, and it rip tater chip. Root is actually starting to set up. It's actually starting to set up again. Very interesting. Nice basing area right here. It looks a lot like some of our other stocks with the double bottom, although this is actually lower than the other one. Let's see. Jolene said, Yosef is always here, even if it's 4 a.m. I know! Yosef, huge shout out to you, brother. Absolutely appreciate you always being here. TGTX reports pre-market, and I still hold 70% of the position. TGTX, let's take a little look. Oh my gosh, look at this. Yosef, wow, how far are you on this? What kind of cushion do you have? So I know you entered here, so I guess I don't need to ask you. I can just look. So right now you're very close to my 10%. I would probably have to hold 2. So best of luck. I'm going to keep an eye on this one for you, Joseph. Obviously we're shooting for you. We'll see, we'll see what happens here. Absolutely. H and S, is that just HS? You're gonna have to tell me the ticker symbol. Sorry. Or are you saying head and shoulders? Let's take a look. So if you're talking about head and shoulders, are you talking about head and shoulders pattern on TGTX, or are you talking about it on root? I think you were talking about it on root. Yes. I do see it, G, and that's definitely in an area of concern. This could be a head and shoulders en route. Definitely could be that. Of course, if you find an area of risk management, you can see I like the 3 new higher lows off of its previous anchored VWAP. If it can continue to hold this might be a breaking area. If it can break that previous shoulder, it could definitely head higher, and I'd love to see that. We talked about RBRK off the air, B. Stewie and I. Well, what is this, guys? Do I gotta say it again? Double bottom basing area for a breakout. This is another good looking one. Why? Well, if we zoom out, it's blue sky, baby. You like those blue skies? Why? Because there's no supply overhead. There's nobody in my ladder just kicking me and punching me in the face to fall. No, I can keep on climbing. Keep on keeping on, baby. And that's exactly what you want to do when you own some stuff like this. Yeah, I got you, G. Not G, G. sorry, my G. I got you, brother. I know exactly what you were talking about. We referred back to root. We hit it up, baby. We got this. We are on fire today. And of course, keep an eye on your quantum computing stocks. QBTS, IONQ, there's a bunch of them out there. But look at this basing area on QBTS. This is something I really like here. This $8 area, if it gets above that, it really can start moving. And also, it's got EPS, some EPS and sales growth. So I really like QBTS. I like it a little bit better than I like the IONQ because IONQ just seems like it's been, this is just holding up much better. So if you're looking at quantum computing, QBTS does look like it knocked out a lot of the supply area. And let me look at it on this, because QBTS, because I want to see the volume and seeing how it dry up. So here's the weekly here, and you can see, look at this beautiful trend. This beautiful trend here. I like the trend. I like the basing area. We do have earnings coming out on the 8th. So that's in 4 days, guys. That's probably Wednesday, I think. So, wow, be very careful with that. Look at this daily, though. Absolutely beautiful. The volume has that VPC, VCP, volume contraction pattern, where we get a big volume on the push-up, and as it pulls back, it does so on lighter volume. It's holding new higher lows and basing out. So if you like fast movers, this thing moves 9.9%. You absolutely need to keep this on your watch list. I'll keep it on mine if you keep it on yours. Okay, and yeah, I already talked about IONQ. It's looking really good, no doubt about that. And also, if you pull anchored VWAP from all-time highs on IONQ, it's just breaching that area. Watch out. Let's pull anchored VWAP off of IONQ's all-time high. And you can see here we have a little ways to go on that one. Let's pull it off the low just to get a little peeky gander. We'll go off this, and you can see beautiful basing area. We're about to see that pinch. Is it going to happen sooner than later? I do not know, but I have a few more things I want to show you. If I haven't already shown you something that you're not watching, throw it in the chat, baby. We're going to go through everything. I'll make sure I hit you up. And I do want to take just a quick second out to thank our members. Thank you so much, Norman Conklin. Thank you, G. Thank you, Carl Burr, for entrusting in me with buying that membership. It's only $5 a month, and you get access to the base and trend breakout videos. That is where I have made all my money in swing trading, and it is a great template for each and every one of you out there to at least know and understand. It might fill in some of the gaps with your trading. And of course, I want to just say absolutely huge shout out to B. Stewie, good friend of mine who's been at my side, Dan Bob, and every other person in this community. I mean, there's so many out there that I can thank. but you guys know who you are. Thank you so much for being a huge part of this community. You guys are the real ones. You're really, really helping me out, do everything. And you guys really help me come back every single day to bring new content and to set these things up, because I'm having a blast doing it. So thank you. Next up, guys, is Affirm. We already talked about Affirm. I put it on my watch list, but look at RR. Another one of these that old B Stewie, the old beefiest of stews, has talked about once before. This is robotics. Now, I don't necessarily like the EPS percentage, but if you're looking at shit tickers and you want one that moves fast, this is RR, and RR moves 9.9%, just like QBTS. So if you are looking into the AI sector and you're like, well, chips already did their thing, they're already done their big parabolic pushes, and you still think AI is still going to be a hot sector, robotics, software, that is what's really going to capitulate. That's what's really going to take this next AI movement higher, in my personal opinion. And this robotics, this RR, looks like a beautiful trend break is getting ready to set up. Look at this on the weekly, folks, and you'll see what I see. Do you see what I see? A beautiful trend breaking setup right here on this daily trend pattern. So keep this in mind for your stocks. We already have RBRK. We already talked about it. Now look at Bull. I am going to throw this out there. B Stewie does have a position. I think there's a few others out there that have a position too. I know I talked to some of you out there that took Bull. This is beautiful. And I've seen some people talk about this. You're defending this area. I think it's genius. You have an area of risk now. This huge pullback here, you have an area to risk off of, which is that 1330. And if you're in it, it's got a great potential upside. I mean, these guys, if Webull is a lot like Hood, I think they're going to start really trying to price this in. A Bull got very, very excited, and I think it's going to be a mover in the near future. So keep Bull on your list. OKTA, I mean, great EPS and sales growth are starting to slow down a little bit, but I just wanted to keep this on the watch list because it's got that double bottom look. But instead of having that base and getting tight, this thing blew right through it. So the next base is up here at this 116.90. I'm going to add an alert right there. Just keep in mind that this is very, very strong, and you don't want to forget or sleep on OKTA. We also have VSEC. I had this on our leaderboard watch list before, but it kind of fell off. It's coming back up into that area. This has got a very long base, almost a yearly base here, guys. So when we look at something like this, we look at a big base like this with new higher lows. We're looking for breakout area. Not the best in the EPS and sales growth, but just something I want to keep in mind. Do you guys remember Reel, the handbags? Well, it really fell off the face of the earth here after it could not break above that $10 area. Now pulling all the way back here and trying to find a new base. Reel does have EPS and sales growth, so it's one that I just want to keep an eye on while it's down here at these bottoms, because if it does form a base down here at this low, we might get a quick succession pop to the north side. It's not my number one watch, but I came across it and I wanted to share it with you guys because we've talked about it before. This is SATL, Satellogic, and this is one that B Stewie took, and I just wanted to share with you guys why this is so beautiful, because look at this. We've seen these double bottoms over and over again, but this SATL did not settle for a double bottom. It settled for a new higher low. 3 new higher lows, even 4 in this situation, with a basing area at 418. My boy took it right as it broke through 436, and he is holding for dear life because this thing can get to moving. SATL is a very fast mover as it moves 12.4%. So if you're into some more Christian Quilamagi quicker moving stocks, this is one that you might want to keep an eye on, because not only a basing breakout here, but if it can set up another base at the $5 area up here at the top like it has done before and get tight, you might see a base on base, and you know it's all about the base. No trouble, baby. So keep SATL if you like those quick movers. Keep that on your watch list, and congratulations to B Stewie for getting yourself an absolute doozy of a trade right there. We also have LB. The reason why I was keeping LB on here is just because we have a long base. Not my favorite stock. We also have CPS. This is Cooper Standards. And this holdings here, it just ripped. I just put it on my watch list because look at this humongous base that it just ripped above. So if it can form another base up here to play off of, it's something I just want to keep an eye on for the next coming weeks with you guys. We also have WMB, another huge basing area. You can see if it gets above this area, it's going to be very important for us to keep an eye on because I think it can really get some momentum there. Whoops. Looks like I need to upgrade. Let's take a look at WMB on here really quick. Okay, so I already have my alert set over here. All right. And one thing I wanted to point out, the aerospace and defense. I pointed this out a long time ago that HWM is your aerospace defense leader as it had great EPS and sales growth and it was trending very, very nicely. As it broke its trend, now it's trying to revert to its mean as now pulling, not just breaking this regression channel, but now breaking the upper regression channel heading higher. Is this a sign that this thing really wants to go higher? Well, be careful as it is extended, but as you guys know, if earnings growth is going to take this higher, we might see this continue. I would love to see it continue, absolutely, for show. Now, we only have a few tickers left, guys. It is 9:54. Now is the time. If I have not talked about a stock, I only got about 6, 7 more to go through. If I've not talked about a stock that you want to see, let me know in the chat, write meow, and we'll take a look at it. ODD, keeping it on the watch list. Why? EPS and sales growth are absolutely unfreaking deniable. With a 3.53 billion market cap, the average volume is pretty low at 780K. But after this bout of volume and earnings pushing this up much higher, we might see some more interest in this stock as it is sitting now above all of its above its IPO price and its huge area of consolidation. So is this enough to really get this stock excited and continue higher? That's why it's on the watch list, because I would like to continue watching this. This would not be a day if we did not talk about Duolingo. I wish I could start speaking in another language right now, so that way this could seem way cooler. But Duolingo, rip tater chip off of earnings, 98% RS rating with EPS and sales growth. This thing is not slowing down. I like DUOL. Of course, nothing I can do with it right now unless I played like an opening range breakout, but I would not do that on this type of stock now. I would have to wait for a base or a trend breakout in order for me to have proper risk reward. Right now, I cannot play this right now because the 10-day moving average is so extended, there's nowhere to get in, okay? We also have THTX. This is just another one I want to throw on there. It's a little all over the place, a bit choppy, but if it gets tight, you might want to keep an eye on it. DGX, Quest Diagnostics. Keep an eye on this one as it formed that double bottom, went up higher, and we have a shelf. We already talked about HIMS as earnings is coming out soon, and we did touch on SPOT as it is right there. We want to see that cup and handle. SPNT, I thought this was an interesting one as it created this odd base. Just one that I'm throwing on there. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this right now. I don't like the EPS growth. EZPW, we talked about EZPW. It broke out, but I do want to show some of the bad ones too, as this thing did start to break out. But look, earnings came, earnings went, and it pulled it back down. I'm going to take this off the... Actually, I'm going to leave that on there. And then, of course, AEVA. Look at this spacing breakout. Didn't even make a double bottom. Huge push up after earnings. It formed its consolidation. What happens, folks, after expansion? We have contraction. It gets tight. It forms a base. Yeet, skeetily, do. What do? We make money, baby. Oh, Dan Bob says AEVA, baby. We hit it. We got it. We got it, Dan Bob. I love it. There's only like a couple stocks I didn't say that I found to be really important, and Dan Bob is like, that one. I love it. So, hell yeah, Dan Bob. But yeah, AEVA, I really like AEVA. One thing I do not like about it is in the semiconductors. Semiconductors are not that hot right now, but I am in this trade. I am. I took this trade. I like this basing breakout. You know, you can obviously argue it hasn't broke out yet, but I am using this previous day's low. I'm sorry, the day's low. It's now going to be previous day's low at market open, but yeah, looking good. All right. We got lots. Thank you guys for posting. Let's go over some of these stocks. Stewie says GME, you fat turd. All right, let's go over. NN says Yosef. So NN looks like it also has formed that double bottom and a basing top. This basing top looks really, really good though, because we have NN has from since January. So, you know, it's 3 months. 4 months of consolidation. That's pretty damn good. If we draw a line just so you guys can see it, you can see multiple times has it hit this area and either has diverged and failed, only to come back up to it and get close to it and fail again. So if it does break above this area, NN can be a mover. We do see some EPS and sales growth, so that's a good sign. And it is in the package software ordeal. So another one of those double bottom type looks, not full. It doesn't look exactly like the rest of them, but this base is showing up on a lot of things. So if this is what you like, this is the base that you found to be yours. It is in a hot sector. So thanks for sharing that, Yosef. Definitely keep NN on your watch list, guys. Let's see. VIK, is this Viking Therapeutics? Viking Holdings. Okay, it's not Therapeutics. Oh, yeah, so same thing, yeah. And this is right here on its 200-day moving average. Not as strong as some of the other stocks that we looked at because, I mean, you know, it's obviously lower than this whole consolidated area. There's a big mess kind of here and here. So as it pops back up into this, it's going to want to sell off into that. So there's a lot of overhead resistance, but there is no denying the fact that this is a beautiful base right here, you know? I do like the base. I'll just draw it out for you guys. It's just tight. It's right there on that base. Now, if you look at the EPS and sales growth, they're starting to come in here. And Viking Holdings has been a popular trade amongst other traders. So keep an eye on this basing breakout. I'm going to set an alert on this just so that way when it pops up, I can ask Torque if he took the trade or not. So that's actually above. It's kind of above it, isn't it? Yeah, it's like breaking out now, like right now. So I don't know. Did you take it? You didn't take that. Oh yeah, we don't want to forget about Jolene. She already put LAES. We're gonna skip ahead. Yeah, LAES. So yeah, I think B Stewie was talking about this. This thing really looks like it's getting ready to break out. Let's look at this on the monthly, guys. No, let's look at it on the weekly. You can't see it on the monthly. Look at this on the weekly. See this trend break right here? This is a shit stock. I can almost guarantee it. If we look at it, you can see it's not making any money. Its earnings are down. And let's see. It doesn't have its forecast on here. So, you know, it's just a shit ticker. But here's the thing, guys. With these, if you're looking at LAES, you're looking at for fast movers, okay? So LAES, look at this. Huge, humongous volume as it pulls back. Less and less volume contraction pattern, and then all of a sudden, what's this? Mucho higher, grande, el volumeto above than previous days. This is more volume than it has seen for months. Okay, so is that enough to capitulate, to take this stock higher? That is up for you to decide, not me, but if it does, I can see a big pop-up, much higher. Just keep in mind when you get these big pop-ups, you got to look and see where the volume is. So I would say, you know, your biggest bouts of volume is here, and your first bout of volume is here. So if this were to pop up, first area of resistance, 350. Second, $5. Third, $9. That's how I'm seeing it. If you want to play it, go for it. Just make sure you're taking profits on the way up, and you have a very specific area for a stop, okay? But yeah, thank you for pointing that one out. CLS, I think I had this on. No, I didn't have CLS. Is this steel? I can't remember. But CLS is above all those moving averages. And guess what? Here's one thing about CLS that you don't see much recently, and that is earnings is out of the way. They have had earnings. Not only that, but if we look at the EPS and sales growth, this is a stock that we want to keep an eye on. So yes, I do like CLS when it comes to the earnings and sales growth. And just like a lot of the other ones, instead of seeing a deeper double bottom, we're just seeing a nice base right here. So yeah, another basing area. This might be one you want to keep an eye on, folks. Not as much overhead resistance, but obviously some up here at 130. You're going to see that on some of these. But yeah, earnings is out of the way. So what does Celestica want to do here? What does Celestica do? Let me see. Electrical components, electronic. Okay, and it's a nice grower. Yeah, I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. I think this should be on the leaders list as well. So very nice. Futu, isn't that a shit stock? I think Futu got, yeah. So this is when Futu got, somebody was buying them out or something, like Amazon, or somebody was going to feature them on their Amazon Prime. I don't know. But I knew it was full of baloney. But it looks like they are starting to get some EPS and sales growth, so you can't argue with that. They are creating new lower highs. You can't argue with that. And they're above a 200-day moving average. So, you know, things are starting to set up. But just keep in mind, this is a China. This is from Hong Kong. So you're going to be really careful with this stuff. China's really got a grip on Hong Kong. It's not like it's, you know, whatever. But do, you know, take a look. You know, you got this. It's starting to get above it now. You know, we'll see if that can help perpetuate, help it go good. Let's see. So that was Futu. Oh, so net. Yeah, so I was looking at net earlier as well. This thing is shaping up, but guys, a lot of them are looking the same, very similar. What is this? You know, you got this basing area right here, multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 more, 6, 7. You know, this basing area right here is across the board. And that's why when I was going through the leaders list, I was like, man, I don't even want to continue adding stocks because there are so many things that are setting up and that are looking nice. I'd rather just stick with the ones that I have been trading because they're leading the most, like MSTR, you know, Uber, Dash, PLTR, you know, those stocks. Those stocks are, you know, really just what has drugged Netflix. We haven't even talked about Netflix. Netflix all dragging the market higher. So yeah, so net's looking good. Another quite the same. MBOT. B. Stewie loves this MBOT, and this is just like the RR that we were going over, the robotics. Keep an eye on this. You know, this is setting up. It's got a trending area right here, trying to ride that 10. If it can break up above this, you know, it might be able to continue higher. This is a quick moving stock, so be careful with that. Tesla. I haven't looked up Tesla in a while, and look, what is it again? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Basing breakout. Once again, guys, Tesla does look like it's primed just below that 200-day moving average, creeping new higher lows here. You know, I'm a fanboy. I want a Cybertruck, dude. I want a Cybertruck. I say make the Cybertruck affordable. I seen a highlighter orange Cybertruck, just as orange as my shirt. And you know what I said? If you aren't getting enough attention doing YouTube, then you have to get a Cybertruck and do YouTube with a Cybertruck behind you. And then, if you still don't get enough attention and you need even more, you get a highlighter orange. And that's what I want. I need all the attention in the damn world. Give it to me, baby. Tesla is looking really good here. It does look primed. A lot of things are looking primed. Do you believe in Tesla? Do you believe in Tesla? That's the question. Do you actually believe? Do you think Tesla is going to be able to capitulate even higher using robotics and their software and their AI and, you know, everything that they have? Can they put it all together and be a huge monopoly conglomerate or continue to be? That's the real question. Next up is Nike. Now, I looked at this the other day because it really looks like it doesn't want to go down any further, right? I mean, can Nike go down any further? Holy guacamole. Look at this thing on the monthly. Let's look at this on the monthly. Look at this. I mean, we actually, Carl and I were going over this. This is, you know, your stage 1, your stage 2, your stage 3, your stage 4. It's so easily, and this is on a monthly, guys. That's how bad this is. But if you go back to the daily, you can see down here, that it does look like somebody is finally buying it up at 52.32. Why? Where? I don't know. Somebody just said, hey, we can't let this go any lower. The RS rating is 26. Nike is an absolute dog shit stock right now. I don't trade this. I don't trade stocks like this. Sure, you could say, this is the bottom. I want to load up. You can. Go for it. Just not how I trade. Again, though, just looking at everything else, another base. It's all about that base. Which way are we going to head? If we head to the north side, do you want to hold Nike or do you want to hold, SATL, something that has blue skies above it? Do you want to hold Nike or do you want to hold HWM that has no resistance above it? Do you want to hold Nike or would you rather hold RBRK, where if it breaks out above this, there is nothing above it to sell off into? That's all I'm saying. So when I'm doing analysis like this, I give you, this, and then I say, well, it's below a 200-day moving average and there's much better stocks out there. So yes, Nike could do some Nike things and just do it, but I think that swoosh could easily continue to the lower side or not make you nearly as much money. Jolene says you are thinking, okay, torqued up. You are thinking Fubo. Oh, okay, Fubo. Oh, I was thinking Fubo. Oh, you're so right. Thank you, Jolene. You know what? This is why I love this community. Hey, you know what? You're not going to do everything. Nothing's going to be perfect. But yeah, I knew this Fubo TV thing. They signed with Disney is what it was. It was Disney. And I knew it was bullshit news. Fubo is just a garbage company. I'll be honest with you. I'm just now seeing this EPS and sales growth. But I got them mixed up with Futu, F-U-T-U, so my bad. But yeah, Fubo, dog shit company. We had it on the watch list because just like it hurts, we put it on the watch list because what we want to see is this right here. We want to see it pop up and then consolidate and hold a trend and then go higher. But it didn't. It just consolidated. It didn't hold up the majority of its gains and it just fizzled off here. So, Hertz, HTZ, same thing. Big pop up here. It's not holding the majority of its gains. It's not getting tighter. It's just falling down. That's why I said we'll probably take this off the watch list, But thank you, Jolene, for that. I do appreciate that. TOST, which is Toast. I know this is a fan favorite, but look, guys, once again, just every single stock has some form of base. Now, Toast has amazing EPS and sales growth. There is no arguing with this package software. So yes, if you're thinking, you want to have yourself some toast, well, grab the butter because this might be a great opportunity to take it. Is it a leader in the package software sector? I do not know, but keep in mind, earnings comes out on the 8th, so that's in 4 days, guys. I think that's Wednesday or Thursday. So keep that in mind. Toast, you might be toast if you try to take this thing before earnings, okay? Yeah, I know. My puns are going hard. I go hard in the punning paint. We got 13 votes. You only can pick one to trade with. 77% of you said technical analysis. I would have to agree with you on that. We're going to end that poll. 15% said financial and 7% said analysis. I was hoping at least it would be technical and volume or technical and X post, but it is what it is. Financial analysis, no, 15%. That's good. I think that's good. We want to use technical and some financials in order to keep ourselves afloat in this market. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, this toast is looking really good. I got my alert set on it now as well, so thank you for that one, Torqued. I thought we went over THTX. Yeah, we went over this one. Huge push up, and we're going to see if this wants to ride this 10-day moving average, but it needs to get tight. You can see it's had some inside days, but it got a little loose here. So we'll see what wants to happen with that. Just be careful. Pharmaceutical, health technology, we got to be careful with that. But guys, I think that pretty much sums it up. Listen, we're still below a 200-day moving average in the S&P 500. Be careful out there. I'm always expecting a pullback, but I'm always a bear with bull horns. I'm ready to hit that go-go juice and make some more money. But if it looks like our capital is needing to be preserved, I'll either go in cash or take a small share short in order to hedge my funds. Be safe out there. Be careful out there. Thank you guys so much. Huge shout out to the members. Thank you so much, G. Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you so much, Norman Conklin, for believing in me and for trusting me with your membership. Thank you to everyone else out there. You guys are awesome. I absolutely love you guys, and I hope you have an awesome trading week. We'll see you in the Discord. We'll see you in the voice chat. I've been blessed to be able to join that voice chat with you guys. So we'll see you guys very soon. Peace, baby. You know I love you. Well, G said this was his first live stream with us tonight. He said, wow, nice job, David. Thank you, G. I do appreciate you, and I appreciate your confidence in me and this amazing community. If it wasn't for each and every one of you, I wouldn't be here right now. Yosef, thank you. Have a nice night. Norman Conklin, good night, everyone, and thank you, David. Thank you, Norman, for believing in me. Torqued up. We'll see you in the morning, brother. We'll see you in the morning. Jimmy Bright, as always, dude, you live here, brother. Jimmy Bright, you live here, brother. You live here. Jolene, thank you so much for being here. Oh, I missed GT. I miss GT. Oh, GT's looking nice too. I see it. It's looking nice too. I don't like the financials on it, so garbage booty. Erica K, thank you so much for being here. B Stewie, Yosef, Dan Bob Dan. I don't want to miss anybody. We got my mama, Ginger Hopper. We're gonna see you soon, mama. You're moving in soon, ain't you? Let's see. G, we already gave you that shout out. Carl, we already gave you the shout out. I think we got everybody, guys. Thank you guys so much. You know I love you. I hope you have an awesome one, and we will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.